dear students, welcome to Ecoholics. As you all know, IIT JAM Economics is one of the most important exam if you are preparing to pursue masters in your career further after your graduation, even if you come from economics background or if you come from another background. IIT JAM Economics examination gives you a great option. It is a great option for you if you wish to change your domain, if you wish to enter to the world of economics and pursue your masters over there. So all my fellow students who are going to sit for IIT JAM 2026 economics because they want to pursue MSc economics from IIT Delhi, from IIT Roorkee and others, solving past year papers is a very important step in your journey along with the other ones. So, when we talk about solving past year papers, why are they important? First, they give you glimpse into the level of the examination, that what the examination, the conducting body is asking you. Is the exam difficult? Is the exam easy, or is it of the moderate level? Second, you get to become more comfortable with the exam pattern, because if you go directly to exam without seeing previous year papers, if you don't have an idea how the questions come, how do you have to handle them, it becomes very difficult for you to attempt the real examination and hence you score less. Also, third, when you solve these past year papers, those can become as a tracker for your preparation journey. They will tell you whether your preparation is on the track, whether you have learned something, it is correct or not. So, IIT JAM PYQs become very important. There are other important things as well which you need to take care of for your preparation journey. So, if you wish to get the list of the documents, the list of everything that is very important for your IIT JAM 2026 journey, you can download our app, which is Ecoholics, from the Play Store. It is also available on iOS and Android. You can download it. There are ample free study material for IIT JAM aspirants. So you can go through them. You can also get a detailed strategy for your 2026 examination. All right. So let's begin this video. In this video, we are going to discuss your section A of IIT JAM, which is the MCQ section. And also in MCQ section, these are 1 mark MCQs. So in 1 mark MCQs, you have 1/3 negative marking as well. So you have to be very careful. You cannot choose wrong options. So we are going to discuss question 1 to question 5 from the MCQs in this video. I will also keep you telling that which are the possible points where you can make mistake, how can you avoid making mistake, how do you need to make the smart guesswork. All of that will be covered here. So let's get into the video and start solving question 1 to question 5 together. All right. So the first question from IIT JAM 2025 question paper was for a positively skewed frequency distribution. Now this is a question from your statistics portion. Statistics में से भी it is from measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Now, if you ask me, before we solve the question, if you ask me what would I rate this question, I would rate this question as a very easy, direct, conceptual question. Very easy, direct, conceptual question for 1 marker. This is my rating. Now, let's see. Now, what is a positively skewed frequency distribution? If you don't know about it, of course, answering such things become difficult. But let's assume that you do not know about this thing. Then what is a positively skewed? But if you know the graph also, I always focus on this, that whenever you do any concept, if there is a graph, if there is a diagram supporting it, always try to remember it. You can answer a lot of questions on the basis of that. Okay. So what is your positively skewed frequency distribution. Let's see that. So in a positively skewed frequency distribution, your distribution is right-tailed. It is right-tailed. What does right-tailed actually means? What does right-tailed actually means? It means that there are some extreme values which is dragging this distribution towards the right hand side. So there is presence of some extreme values. Some extreme values, they are on the larger side in the sense they have bigger values, which is dragging this distribution towards the right side. Now always remember, mean is affected by extreme values. So your mean is always affected by your extreme values. Because of that, because mean is affected by extreme values, the mean starts shifting towards the extreme values. And hence, as a reason, my mean is going to be towards the right hand side. So let's say the mean is on this side. Now, median is it is the middle of the distribution when you arrange your data. It's not affected by extreme values, but in this distribution, what is happening is because the extreme values are dragging the distribution towards the right end, you have values over going there. So median is going to come in the center again. Mode is going to be the highest frequency. So mode is here. Because maximum mode in the positively skewed frequency distribution, the values on the right side do not have much frequency. They are the extreme values. So the values towards the left are going to give me higher frequency and hence mode will be there. What can I see here? Your number scale goes from 0 to this side. So your number scale moves from this side, which means mean is bigger than median and which is bigger than your mode. Isn't it correct? So this is my correct answer over here, which means mean is greater than median and median is greater than mode. So option A will be your correct option. Option A will be your correct option, right? So the correct answer is option A, that is mean greater than median greater than mode. All right. So you can see it here. You can read the details and can make yourself more aware about these concepts. Okay, I have explained this in the solution. Now, the next question was, in 1991, Dash Committee was set up by Government of India to examine the structure, organization and functions of the Indian financial system. Now, this is again a very easy question. If you start reading Indian economy, this is a very basic question that you read. And also, even if you come from the world where you're fascinated about or by the Indian economy, you would know about these revolutions, about these reforms. And this committee is very popular because of the mentioned reforms brought in the Indian financial system. So, I don't think so. I need to explain why, but the answer is Narimhan Committee. So in 1991, when our economy was also going through our economic reforms, the Indian financial system was also structurized, organized by this committee. So let's get to know about this Narimhan Committee in detail. So in 1991, the Government of India set up the Narimhan Committee to examine the structure, organization and functioning of Indian financial system. This committee is known with this name because it was chaired by M. Narimhan, who used to be the former governor of RBI, Reserve Bank of India. They gave us major reforms in the banking and financial sector, which ultimately gave more liberalization, deregulations, and privatization to the banks. So some of the key recommendations were about that the CRR should reduce, SLR should reduce in order to improve the banking efficiency. The private banks should enter so that the competition can increase and ultimately efficiency can be brought up. Strengthen the capital base of banks, introduction of the Basel norms in India, establishment of an asset reconstruction mechanism for managing the non-performing assets, and in 1998, again, Narimhan Committee number 2 was set up to review the progress of financial reform. So very important to remember that this 1991 was Narimhan Committee 1, whereas 1998 one was the committee number 2. Okay, so with this you have learned more things about the Narimhan. So now if another question comes from the same committee, you would do it. So a key takeaway from this question is that financial committees are very important to do. You have to do them. Okay, so if you want to get a list of these committees, do download our app and you will find it out there. Okay, now next to this, we have question number 3, which talks about the inflation targeting policy adopted by RBI in 2015 prescribed the targeted inflation to vary between this percent. Now, as soon as a student is going to see this question, the first thing they would say, array, they have given such a question from past details. Why are they doing it? It's a historical question rather than economical. Now, let me tell you, current affairs, even if not all current affairs, but which are related to Indian economy, are very important. And we mentioned this again and again. That do not leave, do not skip doing the basic current affairs. Although this is something that you will study in the module of inflation as well. So from here, if you try to make a smart guess, I would like to tell you that every 6 years, the inflation targeting rate is reviewed and decided. So whatever was decided, the recent inflation targeting rate was decided in 2021. And in 2021, there was no change which was mentioned from 2015 to 2021, there was no change, which means whatever is the answer for 21 will remain for 2015. And if you listen to news also a little bit, you would heard this thing again and again, that inflation targeting by RBI is between, what it is, do you remember? Do you want to answer it? 4% plus minus 2%. So this gives me 4 minus 2, 2%, and 4 plus 2, 6%. So the range comes out to be 2 to 6%. So very important details. Some important facts about this are mentioned here. As you can see here, the targeted inflation range was set up at 4 plus minus 2%. Okay, why do we have an inflation targeting policy? Do you know what is the objective? Inflation targeting policy keeps the inflation in check and ensures that price stability is achieved while achieving the economic growth. Because fiscal policy or monetary policy, the focus is always on achieving the economic growth. And one more important key fact to remember from here is that Monetary Policy Committee is always headed by the RBI governor. Okay, so that was the framework of MPC, correct? In 2021, the government retained the 2 to 6% target range for the next 5 years until March 2026. So before your next exam now, which will happen in February 26, you need to know that in March 26, the review would be done again. A probable question that can be asked from current affairs. That in March 2026, the MPC is going to review the inflation targeting rate, and we could expect a change in the inflation targeting rates. All right. With this, we have done 3 questions, and that too by making them very easy. Now, next question is again from statistics. It is again from statistics. Which of one of the following is distinct from the others? This is again a very easy question. You just have to be patient. You just have to be calm while answering these questions. Now, histogram, pictogram, ogive, frequency polygon. Now, when do you make them? When you have some data, either in class intervals, group data or ungrouped data. How do you make a histogram? Histogram is made like this, right? So you have intervals, class intervals, and you write frequency here, and you have class intervals. If you make pictogram, what is pictogram? Pictogram uses the pictures. You do this, that if I have to tell ki, okay, maths mein how much I have scored, so maybe I can draw 5 balls to represent that. And one ball means 10 marks. So that is the pictogram. Whereas ogive again uses the more than ogive, the less than ogive. It uses the CF, cumulative frequency, to plot the values. Likewise, frequency polygon also uses the same class intervals and frequency to correct the peak of the data. So out of 4 of them, pictogram is the different one because it uses the images, whereas other ones are graph and they uses the data. They uses the graph to plot the data, whereas this uses the images to plot the data. So the answer is pictogram. Easy, right? If you wish to know more about this, it's written here. You can read this. Histogram is a bar graph that represents frequency distribution with continuous intervals. It is used to visualize the shape of data distribution. Ogive is a CF curve that shows how many observations fall below or above a certain value. Frequency polygon is a line graph that connects the midpoint of histogram bar to show distribution trends, whereas pictogram uses icons or pictures instead of bars and lines to represent the data in an illustrative manner. And pictograms are usually used for infographics or basic statistical comparisons, where, like our school students, where they cannot understand the complex thing. So there we use the pictogram. All right. Now let's move on to question number 5. So question number 5 is, which one of the following is the shutdown condition for a profit maximizing firm in perfectly competitive market? So key words you have to take from here. First is perfectly competitive market. Perfectly competitive market. Right? Next is profit maximizing. So the objective of the firm is profit maximizing. Profit maximization. And we have to tell the shutdown condition. Shutdown condition. So this is a question from microeconomics. Microeconomics, market structures. All right. So here P means price, ABC means average variable cost, ATC means average total cost. Now just understand one thing very easily. If there is a firm and they're not even able to cover their variable cost, average variable cost, they're not able to cover. They are definitely making losses when they're running the business. When they are doing production, they're making losses. So when P is less than ABC, losses are happening. So maybe in short run, you will think that, okay, fine, I will try to cover my average variable cost and we try to continue production. Now there will be one point where the price might go greater than the AVC. Average variable cost say up. So with the price, you're able to cover your average variable cost. But your price is still less than average total cost. So you are getting money, you're getting the price which is greater than average variable cost, but it is still less than the total cost. So your variable cost will get covered, but your total cost, that is the fixed cost, is not going to cover. So how long will you continue production? Short run may seems fine, but long run may you cannot do in both of the situations. In this situation, you can't do in long run. So either you talk about short run or you talk about long run. As soon as your prices go smaller than AVC, that is average variable cost, it is a loss situation for you because you're not able to cover your variable cost as well, and hence shutdown will happen. If you want to maximize profit, prices has to be greater than average total cost. for profit making. Only then you have to operate your firm. So price less than ABC is the correct answer. Now, if it is greater than ABC, of course, in short run I would continue, but not in long run. Price less than ATC and greater than ABC, again short run I would continue. If price is greater than ATC, that's a profit making situation for me. So I will be continuing for the same. Now, this is how you need to break down the question into bits and try to answer them. If you wish to know more about this, the answer is written here in a detailed manner. You can see here that in the short run, if you are not covering your average variable cost, you're making losses if you continue. If you make greater than ABC but less than ATC, short run may you can. But if you need to make the profit, you need to go with price greater than ATC. So with this, I hope I have helped you in learning new 5 concepts today. So we will be discussing more questions from IIT JAM 2025 paper. So if you wish to get those videos, please subscribe to the channel of Ecoholics. And for you guys, there is a lot on our app. You can get our strategy PDFs there. You can get daily study materials over there, which will help you in learning your basics, which will keep guiding you, as we are the mentors who always want to help our students no matter what. So I hope you will like this video, share it with your friends. It will help them as well to cover these 5 questions. And I will see you in the next video where we are going to discuss other questions from IIT JAM 2025. Thank you so much for watching.